Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to log on. I'm doing this live a little differently. Doing this live a little differently. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are watching. Oh, I need to take some more. Let me know if you on and you watching and listening. Put hashtag live or hashtag replay. I want to know that you are here. I'm gonna give a few more people time to log on. Today we will be talking about this survey that I've been sending out for the last couple of days and why I am asking you guys to do this survey for me and how it will help me be productive in what I'm trying. Yeah. So let me know if you're watching live. Let me know. Let me know. Comment below to let me know that you are here. And I'm doing this live a little differently than I've typically have done. Typically, I'm in my studio. Typically, I'm all done up, but today I'm doing it a little different. All right, guys. So, in 1 minute, I'm gonna explain a couple things, and I want to know if you are here. In 1 minute, I'm going to get started. In 1 minute. Have you seen the survey that I've posted? Have you seen the survey that I've requested you guys to fill out? In 1 minute, I will explain why I am live. In 1 minute, I will explain how you can help me. All right, guys. This is, as you know, Mashaka T. McKenzie. I am the author of a book titled Church Media. Church Media is a book that is designed to start the conversation for those who might feel like online church is not where God is, and that's not how you make disciples, and that's blasphemy in a sense. We are having conversations about today's time. We know someone who has been hurt by the church. We know someone who is struggling to be a part of a church community because of their church hurt. So, in my opinion, church media ministry online can reach those people. But not just those people, but people um, who are sick and shut in, people who are depressed and have anxiety about gatherings, people who are in the rest home or they are isolated from their families because of whatever reason. Church media has a place in today's society. It's just up to the churches to find ways to reach the masses. Granted, I know everybody don't have the skill sets to do that very thing. Not every pastor know how to go live on social media. Not every church member know how to connect to that live. But those pastors can be trained and also those members can be taught. So, my book, Church Media, gives us the opportunity to have that conversation about how to train our leaders to connect to those who are online. And it's not just millennials online. At my church, John Wesley United Methodist Church, my average age on social media is 62 years old, and we got and it gives us the exact statistics of the makeup of the person and everything. And so social media, your website, is a good place to go to make disciples, in my opinion. And so the purpose of me going live today is for you to know why I've been sending out all these surveys, or this one survey that I'm asking everybody to participate in. My goal is 600 people to do this survey. I was told by a few PhDs to have a good survey, you need at least, well, you need a good number of people, and 600 is a good number of people. And you can get a diverse number of people if your goal is 600. So I need all of y'all to help me in this particular moment. I need all of y'all to help me to reach this 600 mark. I need everybody who is listening or will listen later to do this survey. The survey will be dropped in the link. Now, I mean, dropped in the comments below. I want you to be able to do this survey for me. And this survey will help me do two major things. One major thing is it will help me craft the next workshop. The next workshops will be this summer. This summer, I plan on doing a few workshops, one around this survey. And this survey has questions like, do you find online church disturbing? It will ask other questions where, do you think we can make disciples online? So the survey will start with some questions that will allow us to have conversation around my book, Church Media. And then the Church Media book is the second thing, where it will help us write volume number 2. During the pandemic, online ministry skyrocketed. But how many people are prepared to continue their online ministry once the pandemic has completely erased? How many people are just going to drop those people that they have connected to that has no boundaries of a building, no boundaries of a state, no boundaries of color, no boundaries of sex? What are we going to do with these people? Are we going to just drop them to the curb? Can we figure out a better way to stay connected? As a United Methodist, I believe in what John Wesley was teaching us. John Wesley taught us to be connected, and we are a connectional church. That simply means that we are connected without any boundaries, any sex, gender, or problems. We are connected, and I believe we can do that in a digital space. I feel as though that is what we are called to do in this particular season, is to be connected, to be connected. And so if your church, if your pastor, if members of your church want to be trained to how to use Zoom, how to use Facebook, not just Facebook, not just Facebook for the moment or Facebook to be nosy, but how to use Facebook to connect, to be a part of groups, to be engaging, to be loving, to combat some of the negative things that's on social media, let me know. I want to be able to walk alongside your pastor and your members to be able to offer programs and moments to enhance God's global ministry. It's not about denomination. I don't care what denomination you are. It's about enhancing God's mission in the world. And so let me know if you are interested. But the survey that I have been asking all of y'all to participate in, this survey will definitely help me with the next phases of what I'm trying to do in my life. This book will allow so many other people to start the conversation and build their ministry. So please, please, please take a few minutes to do this survey. It doesn't take that long. The survey will bless me in my future. It will bless those who are trying to establish an online ministry, or if they should, or if they should stay in their own lanes. And I honestly believe that online ministry is not for everybody. But I think somebody should pick up that ball because people are there. And if people are there, that means it's up to us to figure out a way to connect them to God. People are on social media. That means God is present on social media. So that means that we need to be present in social media online, not just broadcasting our services on Sunday morning. That is a good thing, but also being engaging throughout the week. It's important to get a community of people together to be able to help you. So my book, Church Media, will allow us to have this conversation, to craft out ways um, to connect to people in your congregation so that we can connect to those on the outside. It's important for the people that is already connected to the ministry to invest themselves into the online ministry because they are your social capital. They are your people who can speak positive things into you, into the ministry, into the new people. But if you can't do it by yourself, is what I'm saying. You can't do it by yourself. So if you have not already, please go to reverendmckenzie.com and buy my book and start having this conversation about online ministry. Because I guarantee you, some things that's in this book you might have thought about and you might have not. And it will bless everybody, especially me and mine, if you will go ahead and have this conversation so that when it's time, you'll be ready. And you might not be ready right now to have an online ministry. Granted, that is okay if you're not ready to have that kind of conversation. It is okay for you not to be ready, but it's not okay for you not to get ready. To at least start having those conversations. Because if you are ready or not, it's coming. I remember in 2011, I was telling my home church, look, you need a Facebook. You need the bare minimum because when I was in the Philippines and we had went through a typhoon, Facebook was the only way I was able to contact my family. So I was telling my home church, you need a Facebook. And thank God we got a Facebook with me aggravating them. And because I was aggravating them, they got the Facebook. And so when the pandemic happened, they at least had the Facebook to connect to those who could. But I could have taken it a step further and taught more people in the church about how to use social media. But social media had such a negative connotation or such a bad name. A lot of people didn't want to deal with it. But guarantee you, social media isn't going anywhere. Just like some people back in the day didn't think cars with four wheels that can move faster than horses should be allowed on the road. Things are changing. And it's up to us to stay with the change and us to get prepared for the change because the change is happening with or without us, all of us. Corporations know what they're going to do 10, 20 years from now. And they are projecting what is going to happen for now. What is projected for us is that the church is going to be dead. Why is the church is going to be dead? Because we are too stubborn, too hard-headed, too malice, too stuck up, to all of those things to find a new way to share the gospel with people. I'm telling us, we can't be that anymore. We have to be able to share God's message where the people are. I've never been afraid to go and talk to someone who looked different than I have never been afraid to be able to share the message of God with someone who thinks different than I. And I think that's what the online ministry allows us to do, is to enter into spaces where we are uncomfortable, but to share the word of God with everybody. But do me a favor, go do this survey. This survey will help me to understand what more people are thinking. Thus far, the people who have done the survey, they don't find online ministry disturbing. That is great. Pre-pandemic, a lot of people found online ministry disturbing. But I am glad that we have gotten to a place where online ministry isn't disturbing. But also, the people who have done the survey thus far, they don't think you can make disciples online, which is interesting. That God is there, but you can't make disciples there. And I'm pretty sure it's a theological difference of understanding. I guarantee you is a way of how they see life and how life is being executed by God. But I believe that God is everywhere and in everything. So we just have to be present and ready for when God starts. Nevertheless, the survey link is in the chat below. So please do me a favor and go fill out this survey. It will bless me and the next phases of my life with this book, with what God is calling me to. So please, 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 I need 20 people tonight. 20 people tonight to go do this survey. 20 people can bless me tonight by going to do this survey. And for those people who have already done this survey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are helping me get to the next stage, the next phase of where I'm trying to go. And I appreciate the work and the time that you took to do the survey, because I know time is precious and I know time usually is money. So thank you for going to do this survey. Thank you for participating to help me to get to where I'm trying to go with my next book and with my workshops that I will be doing this summer. Everybody counts. I need 600 people, but tonight I only need 20. Tomorrow I'm gonna need 20 more, but tonight I need 20 people to go do this survey. 20 people to go do this survey. I am about to put the survey right here in the chat. So please, please click below. Please click below to do this survey. I'm having this conversation because these 15 questions that I have on this survey will allow me to do the next part of my ministry, the next part of my book, to see after the pandemic, how do people feel about online ministry? And is online ministry here to stay, or is time for it to go? Thank you for listening. Please share. Please go to reverendmckenzie.com. I'm going to put that in chat. Give me a second. Thank you in advance for going to go buy my book. And I thank you for participating in this moment. Thank you.